U.S. President Donald Trump said on Wednesday he expected to reach agreements with Chinese President Xi Jinping when they meet in South Korea next week that could range from resumed soybean purchases by Beijing to limits on nuclear weapons. Trump told reporters in the Oval Office that he planned to discuss China's purchases of Russian oil and how to stop Russia's war in Ukraine, now in its third year. "I think we'll make a deal," Trump told reporters during a meeting with NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte, adding he believed that Xi had shifted his thinking on the war in Ukraine and would be receptive to a discussion about ending the war. "He would now like, I'm not sure that he did at the beginning, he would now like that war to end," he said. Trump's comments stood in contrast to more strident remarks from his top trade negotiator and finance chief, who were headed to Asia on Wednesday to keep Trump's meeting with Xi, the first of his second term, on track. The U.S. president downplayed the importance of China's curbs on exports of rare earth magnets that have roiled markets, calling it a disturbance, and describing tariffs as a more powerful issue. Trump, under pressure from U.S. farmers reeling from big drops in Chinese orders for soybeans, said he expected to reach some agreement with Xi on the issue. A deal was also possible on nuclear arms, he said, noting that Russian President Vladimir Putin had raised the prospect of a bilateral de-escalation of nuclear weapons, and China could be added to that effort. Trade tensions between the U.S. and China, the world's two biggest economies, flared in recent weeks after months of relative calm. Trump imposed additional duties of 100% on China that are due to take effect on November 1 after China announced export controls on nearly all rare earths. U.S. Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent and U.S. Trade Representative Jamieson Greer were headed to Malaysia to diffuse tensions over Beijing's rare earth export curbs, as officials in Washington prepared to hit Beijing with fresh measures if no deals are reached.